champion that breathes this music, please. And they don't believe there's a song I choose to sing, and it's deep
they don't
inside
understand
of me, my destiny.
Look, here I am, always making plans. People wanna stand over me, so they don't understand. Yeah. And they don't comprehend the grass is greener on the other, but it's just harder to tend to. And it's hard just to pretend too that I'm normal like everybody else. It's not true. My mind's sharp, ready to cut like a Ginsu. My life dark, don't know where to begin, so I live a different type of life. Cause even while they lie, I'm up all night. They avoiding the truth, which I bring to the light. Like a flower in the shade, I'm just trying to give it might. You see there's power in the haze, even though it takes your sight. When you emerge from the mist, you become the missing light. You become the shining path, you become a floating kite. And then you look around and see that nothing's even right.
You're not my man. You're not my man. You're a genius.
Well, yo, what's going on, fellas?
Yo, all right.
How you doing, man?
Cool. All right, you can hear clear, right? You can hear, right?
Yeah, I can hear you guys. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, see that this is why we use the Facebook call. That voice over IP is nice. It's clean.
Yeah, it's cleaner than I thought it would be too.
Yeah, that's why I use it. It's like cleaner than most. Like regular phone calls just sound like shit for some reason, but
that's a fact.
All right, man. So we're gonna get this started. I'm John D. Contradiction, and it's gonna be me and JP today. We're gonna be giving our little chop sesh. All right, but for everybody that's gonna check in on this when I post it, introduce yourself, sir.
So my name is B Light. I'm a hip hop artist, producer, record engineer, record producer from New York. I dabble, honestly, in all forms of hip hop. We can go pop, we can go soul, blues, underground hip hop, or where my roots are.
Okay.
I like to go over the whole entire spectrum.
Okay. Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Good.
Diversify.
Very diverse. Yeah.
Diversify. I noticed you said New York, sir. Are you from New York? Where in New York, sir?
So, what is funny is, I wasn't born in New York. I was actually born in West Africa.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
West African native.
Hey, there you go.
Raised in the concrete New York streets.
There you go. So you brought the culture. You brought some culture with you. That's what a lot of New York in general needs, is some actual culture. I know we got all types of stuff around the way, but there's still a lack.
100%. I came here as a youth until the age of 5. I was raised in Richmond Hill, and then I moved to Elmont.
Hey, that's what I was waiting for. That's what I was waiting for. Yes, our home. So
Elmont, for the Elmont natives listening.
So this is the. I don't know if it's not really planned, but this is the Elmont episode because we're all from Elmont.
Yeah, we all got roots from Elmont.
Yeah, there we go. So, all right, nothing wrong with that. I mean, then this is gonna be a fun one because we know what each other's about. We know what the game is. So
you know what it is already around.
That's it, man. We know how it is. We know how Elmont gets down. Yo, you actually speaking of Elmont. So my homegirl today tagged me in. She tagged me in a plate, like, from a restaurant. I'm like, and it was a vegan restaurant. I'm like, oh, man, Elmont got vegan restaurants? How long have I been gone?
Oh, shit.
Shit's wild, man. I was like, this is crazy. And it looked good, too. Someone, there was like a spot that you can get oxtails at, and they got vegan food. I'm like, what's happening?
Wait, is it all? Is it all Frank?
No, I saw meat.
Ooh. What are we live, baby? I consume a vegan diet from time to time as well.
Yeah, it's good. It's definitely, I do too. Like, I jump around with my girlfriend's vegan, and I did it back in the day for like 6 months to learn it. And then once I got good at it, I balance it in and out. Like, I don't get too crazy.
Yeah. So, I mean, around a year ago, I actually changed my diet completely, and I went pescatarian. I think a year ago, I got contracted, and it was my first payment. I was paid to perform at Harvard University, actually. So after that performance, to commemorate my first paid gig as a hip-hop artist, I decided I went complete pescatarian, and I try to eat vegan diets on the weekends.
That's good, man. That's good. Because honestly, people like to rag on and all that stuff because people don't like change, but like you feel it. You feel a difference, bro.
No, bro. Immediately, a couple months after, My sleeping habits are better. I'm not as slow and sluggish. I don't have to worry about maintaining my weight because it literally just stays the same at all. I don't have to change anything much.
Yep.
And you get used to it.
Yeah, and especially on the artist tip too, like you start to breathe better, you start to control better, you know what I'm saying? Like certain things don't sneak up on you and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah,
so
I can't do that. I love burgers too much.
Dude, try an Impossible Burger, bro. They're good as fuck.
Oh my god, it would change your life.
Them shits is good, bro. Them shits will make you.
What is it called?
The Impossible Burger, bro. That shit is all plant based and it's delicious. That shit tastes like beef and like sausage fusion. That shit is good.
Bro, you'll take a bite out of the burger, look back at the burger and be like, nah, the devil's a liar, bro.
It's like, yo, this plant is bleeding.
Bro. Look at no way. What's the other one? There's another burger. I forgot the name.
There's the Impossible, and then the other one is the I forgot, but that one's not bad either. That one
I buy it by the bulk at Whole Foods, and I don't know the name of it.
Yeah, fuck. It's like Beyond Burger, the Beyond Burger. There we go.
The Beyond Burger. There it is.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man. Dude, I actually got put on. So my girl one morning, she's full on vegan. So she was like, "Oh, I want to make some breakfast," and she made me chicken and waffles with these I forgot Dr. something like fake chicken nuggets, and they like fried chicken. They were bomb, bro. It went good. The chicken and waffles was righteous.
Swing that name later.
Yeah, I got you. But outside of us getting ourselves, you know what? Honestly, I'm gonna stick on it for 2 seconds though. You know I have to because like, you a fan of battle rap?
Oh, yeah, bro.
So,
who's my favorite? Conceited.
Oh, Conceited's the truth. He hasn't battled him in a minute, but he's the truth.
Conceited and Arsenal, like my top favorite.
Oh, Arsenal, Mr. Disrespectful himself. Dude, he put out a fire album this year.
For real? I gotta listen to it.
Yeah, definitely check it out. It's from front to back. It's a good time. And he's been having a good time.
I'm surprised to say that because it's hard for battle rappers to put out good music.
Dude, this year they've been trying it, man. There's been a couple of fails, but they've been trying it this year. Like there's a couple of battle rappers that put out really solid projects like that I really enjoyed. Yeah. But speaking of them, I bring it up because my favorite battle rapper is Loaded Lux. And Loaded Lux was one of the first battle rappers. Like he's one of the first, like, just to me, I consider him like an important part of like New York, just hip hop in general. You know what I'm saying? Like he's very known in the underground, and he's to an extent, a lot of mainstream dudes do pay him homage. He was on Mac Miller's album, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And he was one of the first to bring up like the vegan diet. And then another one of my favorite battle rappers is, Averb. And Averb, same thing, doing the vegan thing. And to me, it's like to see these dudes do it, but like they have reasoning. Like if you watch them talk about it and stuff.
Like the difference between like us, I would say us regular people and celebrities. I had to take a look back, and I'm like, yo, they all have a modified weird diet.
Yeah, they all have nutrition.
That's a lot of money. So they know something that we don't about how we should be eating.
Yeah,
it's know?
Very true. It's very true.
So, like all these people have vegan, pescatarian, strange diets. I had to pay attention to it. I'm like, you know what? I can't eat normal. I have to investigate this to really, because I need to be around to enjoy my success, and I'm sure that's the same thing they're saying.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy because like Averb just battled Murder Mook, and in one of his interviews, he was just mentioning, he's like, I do the vegan thing, but he's like, please believe you're not gonna be remembering full rounds when you're going up against a god like Mook eating that bad chicken, and he kept saying it, but he's like, yo, you really don't understand. Like he was like, when I was fucking up in battles and stuff like that, he was pointing it to like the way his diet, like everything played an effect, because it's like, if your diet isn't great, your body's not going to be great. And if your body isn't great, then like everything falls apart with it.
Yeah, that's the temple.
Yeah, and I respect that. I was like, dude, that's some food for thought. A lot of people that's why we look at it now. Too. These kids that are doing the lean and shit like that, they're zombies because the shit they're putting in their body, like these pills and all that shit is fucking them up.
100%.
But
Peter Mac Miller real quick, since you said that.
Yeah, bring it.
All right, Peter Mac Miller.
Fact, man.
I got tuned on to him during Macadelic. Like I listened to the album. My cousin told me to listen. I was like, yo, I give him respect. He got respect from me. I didn't listen to him like hardcore, like I know you told me you did, but I was like, I had to respect it.
Yeah. See, me, like, I followed him, like, I remember his come up and all that stuff. I've always had my ears to the ground when it comes to stuff like that. And, like, at first I was just like, yo, I can't get into this dude. I was like, his music wasn't talking to me. But then when he dropped Macadelic, I was like, all right, he's starting to become a real artist.
It was different, you know, because I've heard Mac Miller songs here and there, but on Macadelic, it felt like a cohesive project where he found something.
Yeah, he found his sound. You know? He found his voice.
Found his sound. Yo, Lucky at by him and Juicy J was like my jam.
Oh yeah.
I was like, yo, it was sonically coherent.
Oh
too.
Yeah. Oh, it was great.
So I really had to respect it. I think I bumped it the other day. I'm like, yo, this was a good album.
Oh, it's great. They just released the remaster of Macadelic on like iTunes and all streaming, and it's fantastic. It's fantastic.
Yep. I never heard Macadelic. The first Mac Miller album I heard was the one watching movies with the lights on.
Oh, that one was fantastic. I love
that. Yeah,
that
was the first Mac Miller I heard, and I was like, man, this dude is nice. I never gave him a listen before that, but after that, I bumped that album front to back like the whole summer when it came out.
That album made me like that, because when Macadelic came out, I was like, oh, I'm gonna keep my eye out. But then when Watching Movies came out, I was like, oh, I'm a fan now. And then Good AM came out, I was like, oh, I'm a super fan now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
And then Faces mixtape, that's when I found out he produced. I was like, fuck, this dude, he could do it, man. This is what hip hop needs. But so on the words of hip hop and all that we love and cherish and what brings us here today, let's get to you, my friend. You are here today. Is your day. What got you into hip hop? Let's hear that day one.
Yo, I don't even want to be cliche, but you know, everybody started with the poetry and blah blah blah. I'll tell you exactly what started me recording. So you'll know my homie James Lucid. Shout out to James Lucid Kuna. We have a hip hop supergroup called LOTP, League of the Phenomenal. So I was 16 in the 9th grade. We went to Sawanaka. Johnny
yes, sir.
Yes, Sawanaka.
Sawanaka. You know, no offense, you know, no racism. I bumped into him, and he's like, yo, he raps. You know, he records and he raps. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, white boy, really? Like, you rapping? I'm like, I bet. Say no more. So I think it was like literally the next week. I'm 16, and he has to be like 13 or 14 at this point, bro. Because I was in the 7th grade. No, it was crazy.
That's dope, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, look at the difference from then and now.
Yo, the homie was putting out albums with a lot of notable people around there, and I didn't realize that. So
yeah.
We started recording together. I started listening to him. I'm like, yo, this dude is nice. He helped me with my first recording program. We was using Adobe Audition 3.0.
Oh, rough.
And like desktop mics, bro. So crazy. Nah, he was nice, bro. He's still nice to this day.
Yeah.
Like, I found myself chasing after him to become as good as he is.
That's dope, though. It's a good way to do it, because, I mean, at that point, too, you guys both were doing your thing, too, at a young age. You know, it could be the other way around, too. Like, you guys are bouncing off of each other. You know what I'm saying? That's dope.
Yeah, bro. So, like, I was spitting, like, one-syllable words on, like, our early tracks, and homie listened to Tech 9, so you know he was chopping.
He was getting after it.
And I'm like, no, this white boy can't outshow me. Like, I'm that type of person. I like to get really, really competitive. Like, I like to bully people.
Mm-hmm.
So just following him, and just every song I would say, I just got exponentially better. You know, I started doing songs with Roberto Cano. Shout out to Automatic. I did a song with Monster Matt. Shout out to
Matt, Punchline City.
Yeah, nice, bro. He was on like my first mixtape that I put out as a youngster. It was called Walks of Life.
Oh man.
Roberto was on there, Matt Checo was on there. They really showed me a lot of respect when I came into it, more than I thought I would, because, you know, I was really, really new to the game. I didn't know we had like an underground battle rap community in Veronica, so it really became very evident very quickly.
Yeah, that's dope, man. That's fucking dope. That's crazy. We actually did review one of Monster Matt's projects, and I was a little let down by it because he wasn't doing his punchline thing that he usually does. It's the C Division project. But I told him straight up, I was like, bro, I'm not really feeling this, but I get what you're doing. Like, you're doing the new age thing, but I'm like, I know you're better than that. Like, I know, I've heard you lose your, like, me and him, actually, I met up with him. I bumped into him and Scheme at one of the Team Backpack things out in California.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, oh, Elmont's here. Like we got Elmont all over there. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this is dope. So, and then
did you try it out?
Yeah, I did. Actually, I did. It was that year was a mess, bro. Like that year was like
they were telling me about it this year. It was a complete mess.
Yeah, it was weird, bro. They had like a bunch of like corporate like white folks, like some white lady who swam across like oceans and shit, telling her story of like how when she turned like 30, she had enough money to just swim the ocean as a hobby, some fuck shit like that. And I'm like, yo, none of us have like even a quarter of what you have like in our entire lives.
Inspiration, like, man. It's supposed to be inspiration.
It's terrible, bro. It was terrible, but it was weird, man. This is when Dev was still with them, and then like, yeah. But I mean, it is what it is.
I came back from the competition I tried out this year.
I wanted to ask you about that. So the last few ones that have been out here and stuff, because it's like a new name. It's not Team Backpack anymore. It's like Worldwide.
So it's World Underground now.
World Underground. There we go.
So I think they're switching up the corporation things of it a little bit. Mm-hmm. World Underground, I think, is going to be the stance for the competitions now, because they all want to do it worldwide. I know they were looking into Japan, Australia.
Scary, big world.
Nice.
Set up like strongholds and bases of hip hop in those countries.
Yeah, that's dope.
Underground name, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's good to see it come back too, because like when Team Backpack kind of died down, it was really upsetting to me, because like there was a point in time where like a few years where I'm like, yo, this is underground hip hop really making a dent.
Yeah.
You know,
because a lot of people didn't know about the artists that were on Team Backpack until Team Backpack came out.
Yeah. There was a lot of artists that till this day that like I listen to just because I've heard them from there. But like even when I did the Moolah, like when I went out there, I still keep in contact with a lot of the artists I met out there. It was like some good networking. I still work with a lot. I still talk to a lot of them. Like it was just dope. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's like the greatest coalition for underground network.
Yeah. And it seemed so stable, like we needed it at the time when it peaked, and then it kind of fell off, and it kind of hurt, you know, because like it fell off at the worst time. Like that was when like the Don't Fuck Up Our Beats, when Hobson's label shit broke up, and like you know what I'm saying, like all the stuff that the underground had like fell apart.
Oh my gosh, you're right. I think it's gonna come back hard now, though.
Yeah, which is good. Like I see it coming back. I see the pages up, like the website's down, but I see the YouTube's back in effect. I see a lot of shit coming back up, which is a really good look.
Yeah, bro, it's about to be good. I had fun at the competition.
Yeah, how'd you do, man? I love those things. Those things are a good time. How'd you do?
What happened? So I made it out over like 1,000 people in the country into the building. They did a top 64 thing this year.
Dope.
So then the second round for the finals, and they literally chopped it in half. So only the top 32 MCs could make it in that one. I think the first round is we both had to perform an original song. And then the crowd and then the judges would decide if you go to the next round. So that one I managed to make it to the finals as part of the top 32 MCs.
And they do the freestyles, right?
No, this one, they changed it. Now this one they spun, it would be like, it was 8 or 4 groups of 8, and they had to pick who had the best verse to new school boom bap beats. So I lost in that round.
Oh, okay. That's a cool different dynamic, because when I was there, that was when this was for sure enough. This is when Token competed. I have the footage of it. This is when Token competed, and they made you like you had to freeze. They had it was almost like 8 Mile. They play like the old school beat, like you know Shook Ones or some shit, and then you'd have to freestyle for 30 seconds, and it was like you were battling each other. And this one dude that Token went up against was just like eating Token's heart. Like he came there with like battle bars specific. You know what I'm saying? He practiced battle bars to get at people, so he was just up there cooking Token, bro. It was like what the fuck, but it was dope. Like it was dope because like. It was this one lady, Jay the Lioness, she killed it. Then it was Token, some other dude, this dude, It's X Music. It was wild, bro. It was a dope experience. The crowd was in on it. Everybody on stage was in on it. It was dope, man. Joel Ortiz and Illmind were having a good ass time. Like it was mad people. It was fly, bro. I loved it.
Yeah, no, they changed it up this year. I know they wanted to make artists a lot more diverse, so they had a round where you could pre-write your bars, but even like the 4th round, you had to freestyle to a human-made beatbox, you know, for a minute.
That's wild.
I think that was like the semi-final round to make it or to win or something like that. I didn't get that.
They need to split up. They need to split up a lot of that, because like as much as I love a good freestyle, not everybody can do it, you know.
Yeah, not everybody's ready for that.
That was only one round, though. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
That was only one round, but I thought it was cool.
Which is it's definitely a dope experience. Like it makes people for the next one want to practice, but it's like you don't want to like. What if they lose out on someone who's like the bomb at everything else, but you lose because some cat can freestyle, but he can't do everything else. It's like a weird dynamic. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point.
Yeah, but I mean, it's regardless. It's getting these kids hungry. It's gonna make kids practice. It's gonna like one kid. Who I still talk to at the Moolah was like, oh, bro, I just practiced freestyling for a whole year. I'm ready. And he freed anything we threw at him. And he was fire. And I'm like, bro, that's what a year of practice does.
No, I love freestyling. That's like one of my favorite things ever.
I enjoy freestyling, but I'm more of like I could do it in like a battle rap sense. But when it's like on a beat and like you know what I'm saying, like I got to be in a nice little zone. Like I can do it, but I personally don't like to do it. You know what I'm saying?
I understand you.
Yeah, because I'm a strange dude, so I say some reckless shit, and I'll say some, you know what I'm saying, off rip. I'll think of some dark, offensive craziness, and then it's
okay, like, bro, that's the beauty of it.
But that's the whole point.
I don't need people to know that side of me, bro.
That's the side they need to know. That's the hungry side.
It's gonna come out somehow.
True, that is true though. I can't hide it for too long. No, but that's fire though. That's a dope experience. I saw like you were posting it online. I'm like, oh, this is dope. I was watching you go through it, man. Usually, one year they had it really well. They recorded it. My dude, I think Paco the G Train Bandit. He like.
Oh, I know Paco.
Paco's the goat, man. I love Paco.
Shout out to Paco. I miss Paco. We have some records that were supposed to be in the making. It's still coming though.
That's dope, dude. He's fire. His album was dope too. I enjoyed his album too. Paco's the man.
Really good. There were a couple gems on there that I was bumping.
Yeah, he's just a good dude. He helped with like some of the footage one year, and I remember that shit being super clean. But I was looking for this year's. I don't think they posted it yet.
He didn't because that was the Music Underground. New York. Both me, him, Crimdella, I'm sure you know.
Yeah,
Brooklyn, I'm sure you know.
Fire.
We all were together. We had like a coalition that we all tried out. We all made it, and literally like a week before, we were all at Paco's crib, like freestyling and practicing our bars and hyping each other up and getting each other ready. So that year, he also helped me post my audition to Mission Underground New York on my YouTube because he got footage of it.
Yeah, so that's good. Those are good dudes. Like that's crazy. You met them at that Mission Underground?
No, actually, I always knew Paco because Paco and Cynical used to work together back in the day. We used to do the shows at Amityville and all that.
Amityville.
Bro, come on, you know what is going on right now. Amityville, Vibe Lounge, come on.
Vibe Lounge,
any artist in this area has performed at one of these foods.
They're the best.
To a crowd of 3 or 4 people.
Oh man,
let the dream live on.
Honestly though, it's the most humbling but best practice.
Absolutely,
it's the best.
That's how you get good, you know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I literally met Crimdella and Brooklyn at Paco's apartment because he already knew them. Mm-hmm. So that week before, I met them there.
Yeah, their whole team, their whole little movement thing is dope. Like, I actually met Paco and Crimdella at Moolah at the Mission Underground Los Angeles, and I've kept in touch since. Yeah. Good dudes, man. Good dudes.
New York represented hard in LA.
Dude, it was crazy how much New York was out there, bro. It was wild. That trip. And it was a vacation for New Yorkers, like the endless sun and all that shit. We needed that.
You know it.
Oh, man, that's fire, though. No, that's dope, man. That's good. So it's like, what's crazy is like, you obviously, you know Vibe Lounge, you know all the venues and stuff. It's like, we've probably been at the same damn shows and not even noticed it. We went to school together.
For real, we all went to school together.
Yeah.
I used to host mics at Vibe Lounge. It's so crazy.
What happened?
I used to host open mics at Vibe Lounge. Like, I knew the owner, and I was hosting my own open mic for like a year around there.
That's dope, man. That's dope.
Cool, yeah. I know all the venues around here, bro. It's been a long time.
Amityville has a place. It will always have a place in my heart,
and
man.
You mean Ollie's Point?
Oh, dude. You know, my place, I call it my stomping grounds because it's my favorite venue, even though it's like the smallest, is it was called VP South, but it's the Amityville Music Hall.
I know what you're talking
That's
about.
home, man. Right down the block from Revolution, man. That's home.
Yeah. I did a show maybe a couple years there too.
Oh, it's the best, man.
You remember the Crazy Donkey?
Oh yeah, man. Now it's fucking Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah, something.
What the hell's going on? They got rid of that golf spot that was next door too, man. That shit's crazy. Yeah, it's gone. It got torn down. But
everything's getting torn down over there.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. There's a Chipotle in Elmont.
Yo, where Sizzler used to be at.
What? The Chipotle's with Sizzler used to be?
Yeah.
There's a Chipotle in Elmont. They deliver, bro.
No.
What did Elmont do to deserve that?
The only food spot I still mess with in Elmont area is like Cherry Valley, yo.
Oh, the land.
Shout out to gentrification real quick.
Yeah, facts. Ruining our memories. Mandela
They still got the Blockbuster building. They ain't never getting rid of that memorial.
Oh, yeah. It still looks like Blockbuster, too. That's what's funny. Like, it's like a dollar store. It still looks like Blockbuster, no matter what they do to it.
It's just always going to be Blockbuster.
Yeah.
Yo, I stole so many games from there.
Oh, same. Dude, I had a magnet. I had the magnet, so when the Dreamcast was out, I was downloading Dreamcast games, but sometimes if I needed to go there, dude, I was popping games out left and right, bro. I used to rob that place blind.
Who did it? You remember me with the PS2? I had the hard drive in the back of that. I just go to Blockbuster, rent like 8 games and download them onto the hard drive.
It's the best, man. I still got my modded PS2, man. This shit is real out here. I love my modded PS2.
The good old days, you know?
Oh, man.
My episode for sure.
The good old days. But so back to the music. We having a good time right now. But back to the music. So you've been rapping for a hot minute. What is how many releases you got out? What is Champion like as far as solo releases?
I actually scrapped everything prior to Champion, and I consider Champion my first studio album release.
Okay, so this is a whole new revamp. I like that.
Yes, because a lot of my fans will notice, and a lot of friends and family members as well know that the songs on Champion have been a culmination of perfected songs that I've made maybe 3 or 4 years ago.
Okay, so you just upped it up and balanced out the quality and stuff. I get it.
People have heard different versions of Champion. I'm sure if you look, you'll find another version of Champion.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So much so that the original version had Mariah. What's her name? It's not Mariah Carey. Christina Milian actually sang a chorus on there. And my friends that had heard the song years ago, he's like, "Bro, how much did that Christina Milian feature cost?" I was like, "Bro, you're bugging. That's not her no more." But I'm happy you said that, because that means a lot of people couldn't tell the difference.
Yeah, that's dope.
It is my first official studio album, I'm calling it. It's on all platforms: SoundCloud, Apple Music, Spotify.
The way it's supposed to be.
Forward from here, because I've just been revamping a lot of my old stuff because it was great, you know?
Yeah, man, that's good, man. I remember when I found out you started rapping, it was Will. Will put me on.
Yeah, it's good. Yo, shout out to Artist Emore real quick.
Fact.
Well, he's doing
So
his thing.
he's the man. He's the man.
He's a
Doing
real
the kids'
down to
book
earth
thing.
dude,
Yeah,
man.
he's cool.
Logos for me and designing stuff for me.
Dude, yeah, he did my mixtape cover, and he did like a huge painting, and I have it in a frame.
That's lit. Yeah.
And he hooked me up. He blessed me with it. And I was like, dude, I respect that. Like, but he's always been a good dude, and he put me on. Whenever like anyone from like, you know, Solonica or any stuff like that starts to do stuff, he's always throwing it in my ear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's very good. I've gotten connected with so many people through him, and I'm not gonna lie, he's a good dude. He's a humanitarian. I've been working with him for a long time. He has connected me with a lot of people.
Yeah, he's a really good dude, man.
Yeah, I knew him since I was like in seventh, 8th grade.
Yeah.
About 20 years. Yeah, but not 20. Yeah, no, it's about 15 years.
Don't just we don't know how old we are. That's how old we're getting. We're getting to the point where the age don't matter no more.
They birthdays.
Yeah, it's crazy out here, man.
Anything over 10 is too much.
Word. Anything over 10, if you know somebody longer than 10 years, they're family now.
Yeah, exactly. That's just it. You don't even got to explain it. They know, you know, they know. That's it.
I'll say at the end of this year, it's probably going to be my 10th year rapping.
Nice.
Yeah. 10th year.
That's dope, man. See, that's the thing, man. I mean, I don't regret it or anything like that, but like I was always doing like, obviously, you know, the poetry start, but I was always doing like the band stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why in high school, like I knew the underground rap thing was going, but I was doing like the bands and all that good stuff.
I was in a band too.
Oh, I was in too many hardcore bands. I was in 2 ridiculous hardcore bands, and
I remember.
Super violent, super out of control, and like. I always used to mix in some rapping, but I never wanted to rap outside of that because I love that scene. That energy is very real. But then once, like, you know, my last band, like, went, you know, once we kind of broke up, I was like, yo, I want to start rapping. I felt like I matured where I was like, all right, it's time for me to relax. I want to put out some smooth shit. And then I just started rapping. I'm like, man, I got this. Like,
bro, that's dope.
Yeah.
I actually have a band too that I put together.
Nice, man. That shit's fun, man.
It's a hip hop band called Urban Legends.
See, I want to start a hip hop band with like a live group. One time I actually did one show, and everybody always tells me I should do it again. I did one show with my old band doing my hip hop tracks. And everyone loved it. You know what I'm saying? My hardcore band was doing my hip hop tracks. And I'm like, I've always wanted to play with a band, but it's hard to get people to commit. And this and
that experience is like no other. Even for like an audience member, just seeing a hip hop band like live acoustically.
It's the best thing.
Amazing feeling.
Yeah, live instrumentals is so much better.
Like, you're so much more connected to the music.
Yeah. And that sound, man, that sound. And it's also, it makes it that much realer because it's not just like an artist who can make a mistake and just like blend into the beat that's playing in the background. You have an entire band that can mess up, so they're working. Like, you feel like they're working for you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, and bro, and their bond and your bond with them is a testament of how great the performance comes.
Exactly. That's why, dude, I tell people J. Cole, man. Mm-hmm.
You all have to be like so in sync and so on tempo that it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's very true, man. It's crazy. Like, one little thing that falls apart can break apart the whole thing going on up there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's dope, and you could see the practice, you could see the effort. That's why I love, like, my favorite. Have you ever seen Roots live? It's a game changer. Yeah. It's literally a game changer, and then that's why I like the way J. Cole. Ever since he started doing the live band thing, he's never looked back, and it's incredible. Like, you've never heard someone say, "Oh man, I saw J. Cole. That shit was whack." You've never heard that.
Yeah. Yo, real quick, shout out to the Urban Legends, Brandon Cleveland and Dumb Lau. You know Brandon, he went to Elmont. He's from the hood too. So
salute.
Salute to that.
Salute to Elmont, man.
Elmont's bred some people.
Dude, man. Yo, when are we need to just get all of Elmont together to put out a tape, bro. Like, I produce and I rap, you produce and rap. Like, we all do it. Like, when are we going to put out a tape just called Elmont?
I'm working on something. I've been quiet, but I'm working on something.
Hey, let me know. Let me know what you need, bro.
Hey, bro, say no more. I've been working on
something. I'll be the best hype man you have, bro. I'll be up there going crazy.
I've been trying to put us together for the longest because everyone's doing like individual things, but we can be like a movement together because of how many people are so talented in the area.
It's crazy, bro.
You know what I mean? Like,
it's crazy, bro.
Just in general, like Elmont alone, not even counting the rest of Long Island. Like, there's so many musicians, artists, and people doing their thing here that if just all banded together for like a single cause, bro, we'd be like more on the map.
Oh, fact, dude. You know who? Was it Matt Beach?
Matt Beach.
He used to skateboard and stuff like that. He knew, like,
the white dude, right?
Yeah, dude. So he used to produce way back in the day. And like, you would hear about it, and I was like, yo, I heard he did some tough things. Yo, he just started rapping over his production and stuff, and it's nice, bro. I'm like, bro, you've been hiding this, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, like,
let's find out. Word, I'm gonna check that.
Dude, it's nice, man. It's nice, man. Every time I look back on some Elmont stuff, I hear some shit, bro. Like, and I'm like, bro, this is dope. I know, my man Smiley Emery, he out here doing shit. Ronnie out here doing stuff like.
Big Smiley's producing.
Yeah, man, it's just nice, bro.
Yeah, shout out to Anthony Barrios too. He's one of my producers. He's like Smiley's close friend.
Yep, yes, sir.
He's doing crazy stuff with production. We're gonna be putting out some work.
Yeah, there's a lot of talent on Elmont, man.
His iPhone now.
What happened?
He produces everything on his iPhone now.
Oh man, he one of them. When you get to that point in your career, you killing it. Yeah, where you mastered it to the phone.
Everything on the phone.
That's fire.
That's crazy.
Full on songs. I'm like, bro, this is crazy.
That's dope.
No,
that's
crazy.
one that's a gimmick and a half. Like, people are gonna eat that shit up. Market that, bro.
100%.
Market that, dude. Fucking salute to that.
He's nasty.
That's dope, though, man. Yeah, man, it's crazy. Like, just thinking about it, it's like, yeah, man, there's a lot of gems, and we all know where we came from. So it's like, yo, this is real talent. This is real raw talent. Where you'd be like, yo, when did any of us ever have the time to do some shit? You know what I'm saying?
You're like, you had the same calculus class I had.
Nigga, I saw you at Key Food after work. Nigga, how you had time to make some music?
We had Regents yesterday. What are you doing?
That shit's crazy, man. Nah, I respect that, man. Got it, dude. I fuck with that though. But so back to Champion though. So you said this was like a couple years in the making and any of that, which is dope. Like I gave it another listen today too while I was driving. I was fucking caught in traffic too, which made it better because I could finish the album and run back a few tracks. And I'm like, man, this is. You took a lot of risk, and I love that. Like, you tried so many different things. You did different, like, you showed you could bring it to anything. Like, you weren't afraid to jump on anything. Yeah. And I rock with that. Like, sometimes stuff may not work, sometimes shit may not, but like, you never know until you do it. You know what I'm saying? And you were out here going for it, and I fucking respect that. Like,
yeah, the album is totally different. Like, you get a piece of everything that you open the interview with about like your background and all the different genres of music you're into. That's all over this album.
I had to take a lot of risks because in my debut album, I feel like a lot of artists have a problem. I'm very anti-record label too, and I feel like a record label will put out a junior album for someone that will only display a certain type of stance of what they can do. So like after I released Champion, you heard songs like How I Feel on it, you know, you hear pop songs like Battlefield on it. When I put out an all acoustic rap album, I'm not going to say D-Light's changing his tune.
Because you already went there.
You already knew what I was capable of.
Yeah, and I think that's dope.
Who am I? Never go down with the heavy hitting bars. When y'all hear me put down a underground hip hop Wu-Tang Nas type album, y'all be like, oh yeah, I knew he had it in him. Now let me relax, let me chill. You know, if I put out like a dance pop album like Battlefield and Could Ever Love, you're like, yo, this R&B swaggy hip hop stuff, and he's still coming with the bars. I can really enjoy it, and I really wanted it to have a flavor for everyone that listened to it.
Which is dope. Like, and I can appreciate that. Like, I definitely, like, you know, I gotta play devil's advocate sometimes because like there's ways that can work against you too. You know what I'm saying? There's ways that like. If you do reach around too much, then there's going to be the people that are like, nah, I want him to only do this. I only want him to do that and this and that. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying? Or if you do put out, like, let's say you put out a whole, acoustic thing, right? And then people are going to be like, oh, he switched up. He's only doing this now. He's only, you know, he's folk now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, you know, that's because people are the attention span is crazy, but people are crazy like that.
No, you're right.
Yeah, but that's dope. Like, I like that approach because I get it. I see what you're doing. Like, it's like, yo, I'm putting something out. It's like, so if anyone needs anything, you know you can reach out. you can reach out.
Yo, there's no one in the industry. Yo, Ed Sheeran could be like, yo, B-Light, I need something. I'm like, yo, Ed, I got the craziest hook for you right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, but that's also it's like, dedication.
Yo, I need something. I'm like, yo, I got you, bro. What you need?
Yeah, it's dedication, dude. That's why, like, when I hit you up, like, after listening to, that's why I was like, dude, I don't know how we never worked, but I was like, yo, we can definitely do something because, like, I spent a lot of time practicing my craft over things that I would never even want to rap on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
So it's like to the point where it's like, yo, anyone could ask me for anything, or even if it's something that I am familiar with, I'll challenge myself and I'll make something different, like, over it. And it's like, damn, I didn't know you could do that. And it's like, bro, I barely knew I could do it, but I practiced some other stuff. I practiced some other shit so much that it's like, yo, I'm spreading it out. You know what I'm saying? Because
great, and it makes you versatile.
Yeah, you don't want to limit yourself because then you limit yourself, you limit your fan base. You limit your fan base, you're limiting your money essentially. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, 100%.
And people don't get that. Like, that's why I hate when people go, you know, that's not really for my kind of fan base, or I don't want a fan base like that. It's like, you're a clown. You're just wasting your time.
Yeah, man. There's so many possibilities for you to limit to yourself to just one thing.
Mm-hmm. Dude, you know what's funny? So I actually I did an interview with this dude Dre. He's hilarious. He's the man. He was funny as hell. He was like, yo, he's very meticulous. He plans his stuff out. He's a strategist. You know what I'm saying? He's a businessman. Huh?
Where's Dre from?
He's from Philly.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was like, yo, I do all this planning. He's like, I put out a project that I spent months cooking it up, doing all this stuff. I made it perfect to his standard, to his mind. He's like, he did it to the point where he was annoyed at how good he got it, you know? And he was like, and it did good, but then I put out a single that took me 40 minutes in the studio to write, record, and get like mixed and mastered, and that shit quadrupled the amount of listens I've ever had. And I was dying, bro, because I was like, bro, you can't pick what's gonna pop. It's the fans, bro. At the end of the day,
people just find what they want.
Yeah, exactly.
People find what they want. They'll pick out the most obscurest track that you have. They're like, yo, you put out a 15-second snippet 3.5 years ago.
This shit is gold.
That shit was bang. That shit was bang.
6 albums later.
Yeah, it's crazy because it's like, dude, I felt his pain, bro. I'm like, yo, you put out like a 10-track album and it did okay, but then you put out one song and the listens blew that out the water. And it's like, yo, I took 45 minutes to write this when I took 3 months to write this whole album, and it's like, this is what happened. You just never know.
Sometimes albums are for the artist more than they are for the consumer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 100%. If you're making an album and you think it's for the consumers and you're like an unknown, like, you know, to that standard artist, then you're kind of like bugging.
Yeah, it's really for you and how you want to choose to express a certain array of emotions through a conglomeration of songs. Consumers that know you as an artist and have been rocking with you will love it, but it's never completely for them. Which is crazy. It's never completely for them.
Exactly.
Because
and that's
a lot of times. What were you saying?
No, go ahead.
So a lot of times when you make an album, is to your liking. That's why. So you're picking the songs you like and you think are going to pop, and not everybody has the same taste.
See, and that plays into it. That's why, like, a lot of that's why, like, when I do like the reviews and shit, like, we're all very different what we like, but like, I'm very weird when I hear an album that doesn't sound like the artist wanted to put it out. I hate it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't care how musically sound it is. I don't care how with the times it is. If I cannot hear this dude having a good time, then I don't care about it. That's why people are like, yo, but you love the super ignorant stuff. It's like, bro, when an album is super ignorant, that dude's having a blast.
Oh yeah, bro, he's having so much fun.
He's having a blast, and you hear
it. He's not limited to your judgment.
No, he's having a fucking blast, and that music is the best to me because it's like, yo, I get where his head was at.
Yeah.
he didn't have a puppet, like a hand up his ass, like moving his mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's just them in their purest form.
Yeah, man. And that shit's dope, man. Like, the more ignorant, the better. Just be real ignorant. If someone's faking it, yo, we're from Elmont, straight up. We know when someone's faking the funk. We know when a new jack or someone's faking the funk. Like, that's just what it is. We smell it. We feel it. We know.
Come on, man. I ate with you at Sizzler. What are you talking about?
Fact. That shit you talking, you're not comfortable, bro. That's it. You tell him you're not comfortable, bro.
Just taking games from Blockbuster like the rest of us.
Bro, I just saw you at the Home Depot Checkers, bro.
Yeah. The FYE coconuts, nigga. I saw you over there.
Yo, coconuts. Oh my god.
Oh my god, bro.
Throwback.
You buy supplies at Office Max too.
Yep, that's a fact.
I got kicked out of coconuts, bro. I was not allowed in there no more.
That's great, man. Dude, yeah, funny story about, when it was FYE. Remember when we had that huge blackout?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So they had like everything turned off. Because remember, I used to live down the block. You did. Remember, JP? We was down the block. I was in there when that shit happened, and I just walked out with mad CDs.
Yo, that's why he got fucked over.
The camera was off. The security was off. I was like, bro, this is it.
That's funny. Blackout? You immediately knew the possibility.
Oh, that's a fact. When I saw that everything was out, I was like, oh, it's a wrap. Like, I was.
He said, wait, everything is out? Oh, hell no.
Because you got to understand his thinking process at that point. Because when the lights shut off, I'm like, damn, I need gas. I need water. Like, yo.
Dude, I was on some scum
Right
shit.
now?
Dude, that whole blackout, I was on some scum shit. I had went home with a fucking jacket filled with CDs in the summer, and then I fucking went and ate all the cereal in my house because I was like, yo, this milk can't go bad. So I was having a blast, bro. I ate everybody's cereal.
Yo, we put Mr. Softy out of business that day. Mr. Softy was just giving ice cream in cups.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Whole fucking day.
That was the best day, dude. That night turned into a war zone when the water balloons came out. Oh man, the streets was dark.
The Carson schoolyard was dangerous.
Yeah, it was wild.
On every block. Honestly, yeah, I had a lot of the best times. There were like friends of mine that couldn't get back to their house or whatever, and they crashed at my place. And that summer was like one of the realest summers.
Oh, it was the best.
A lot of bonds were formed that summer too.
Nice. Hey.
Yo, shout out to my homies.
For real, man. That's dope, man. That brings back some good fucking times, man. Oh man. So, but back to the album. So this has just been in the works for a while, but what's next after this? Like, what's your plan? I know you're doing the shows and stuff. Like, what do you got in the works?
Yeah, so I'm planning a tour now.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and plan a tour. I'm affiliated with this business network called PLGS.
Okay.
It's a business network, and we're planning a whole bunch of tours to go around. We do a lot of donation and foundation work for Haiti as well.
That's dope, man. I appreciate that. That's dope. So, all right, then you know where you're trying to tour. We definitely could talk about that after too, because I got some Canada connects and a bunch of other connects too that I could always throw your way.
I actually tapped into my fan base, and I'm actually I'm creating a forum because the majority of where my fans are. I've been analyzing my Spotify analytics, my Apple Music to find where my fans are located, and I'm going to find a venue close to there and hit those.
Hey, that's what's up.
There you go.
I'm very, very methodical when it comes to certain things like this, so I'm still very much in the works of it. Mm-hmm. I'm putting together my band right now. We're actually going to be performing somewhere in Amityville area.
Let me know. Let me know. I'm there, bro. Let me know.
Well, I'll definitely give you all the information. But yeah, it's putting this band together, planning these tours, and because like this album took so long, you know, in 2 years, I already have like 2 or 3 albums on standby.
Mm-hmm. So you got stuff to put out. So now you can coast. Now you can focus on the business. You can focus on that other stuff.
Exactly. So I'm touring and promoting the Champion album for another 6 to 8 months, and then I'm gonna put out the next project. It's gonna be literally easy. Only like instant like inspirations are gonna go on the new album as well. You know, things
nice.
Before, but I'm focused on putting this band together, getting this band established. LOTP is back. James Lucid is rapping now.
Yeah.
I'm executive producing his next album, recording, mixing, mastering, all of that. Videos are coming out. Bro, there's so much stuff in the works that's going to happen in such a short period of time. You're going to see a drastic change in social media and a lot of updates.
Dude, good, man. We really, like, you know how we are. We want to see you win, so we really want to see that happen, man. We want to see you keep doing your thing and fucking, yeah, dude, it's Elmont, baby. We know we hungry out in Elmont, even if it's the vegan oxtails they got, man. We hungry.
Yo, I'm trying to eat vegan oxtail, so I'm gonna need that link.
Dude, I gotta send it to you, bro. When I saw it, I was like, this is offensive. Off Meacham?
How the hell is it vegan oxtail?
I don't know,
that's
but
like an oxymoron.
Dude, you know what's crazy though? Out of all the people I know that went vegan, everyone misses the sauce that goes on the oxtail.
Oh, no, bro, because the sauce is better.
That's the best.
Vegan oxtails.
Bro, you know how stingy they are when you ask for the gravy?
Oh, they always give you a hard time too, but that's the best part.
That because they know it. They know if you get enough of it, you could study and replicate it. Yeah. So you're going to get 3 teaspoons, no more.
Fact, they don't want you trying to be like plankton on SpongeBob, trying to steal the recipe for the sauce.
What's in the sauce?
That shit is bomb, bro. Everybody loves oxtail sauce, bro. It's not a game.
They better give you the salad on the side too, like the real Jamaicans when they give you oxtails. Some vegan rice and beans with some oxtails.
Dude, I'm telling you, when I go to this place, it's like after seeing it, I was like, oh, I gotta go. I'm gonna live stream that shit for all the ignorant people. They gotta see me go through it, man. They want.
Yo, we gotta do a Not Your Man's podcast there, man. We gotta just go there and sit down, eat some vegan oxtails, and do the podcast straight from there.
That's the thing.
Rent out the vegan oxtail spot. Have people come through freestyle, get some oxtail.
Any salad, I'm there, bro.
Oh shit! I'm putting that in the notes, man. You know I take notes for everything. You know that's in the notes right now. Nah, man, but that's fire, bro.
Also, a lot of artists now, I think in Elmont, are starting to come to me for production. So you're gonna see a lot of artists around here with a tag on the production name.
Hey, there we go. That's what I like, man. That's what I like, man. I'll even come at you to throw some business your way, man. Why not? Fuck it, man.
Bro,
Yeah, man.
I have to say, I started my record label.
Hey, that's the key.
Contrast Productions.
Got that LLC going, you know.
That's right, Contrast Productions LLC. It's a record label, music production, recording. I'm starting to find a place to build a studio.
Nice.
Network's gonna help me out with that. It's gonna be somewhere on the island, but a lot of big things are coming.
That's dope, man. Salute to that, man. Keep grinding, bro. Keep grinding. Keep hungry. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep hungry. But damn, yo, we've been chopping it up for a minute. We got a few questions that I always like to get out. But
go for it.
All right. I'm going to need artists that you want to work with in the future from mainstream to underground. We need artists and producers, man. Who you got on your list?
Ed Sheeran, I want to work with.
Fire.
Yo, trap music, when it came out, people don't understand. I feel like people don't understand good trap music. But I've been listening to trap.
They don't.
They don't. They really don't.
Like Don Trip, if anybody knows who Don Trip. Oh my God.
Yeah, I know.
Fire.
Trip is on my radar, first of all.
There you go.
If he hears it, he's on my radar. I need to do a song with that man, because that man has punchline bars.
Yep.
You know he lives the life he's about.
Yep. He sounds like it. You're convinced enough.
Does, bro. And I hear it and I'm like, yo, you went through that. Yo,
from the slums.
Like clip long as a rocket launcher. I believe you.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Don Tripp's on my radar. Producers. Producers.
This is always the good one, because when people are truly about their craft, it's always some producer that's
they don't
like
want to
real
work
hidden.
with nobody.
I feel like Premiere should give me a go.
Oh, that'd be great. That's my dream. That's one of my bucket lists. If that happens, I'd probably quit rap. It's a wrap. I'm done.
Yeah, bro. Nah. Let me and Premiere get on the track.
You know who and it's like, I think about it when people always mention, like, Premiere always bucket list, Pete Rock bucket list. But you know who as a producer, who I want to do a full album with?
Who's that?
Fucking Adrian Young, the dude who did the soundtrack to Black Dynamite, and he did a lot of the Prime. Dude, if you go on, just look him up go on like iTunes and just listen to some of his beat tapes, bro. He's the fucking truth. He did the whole Black Dynamite soundtrack. That soundtrack is fire. He is the
now
truth.
That you say that, reminded me real quick. New Jobbers, stop playing. Stop playing. Stop playing. He made lo-fi.
What happened?
He made the soundtrack for Samurai Champloo.
Yep. Oh yeah, he knows.
I was about to ask about who did this soundtrack to, because that's like one of my favorite fucking animes.
Yes, Nujabes, that old.
Oh yeah, he knows.
Yo, he pulled it up, bro. I'll pull up on the track and go ham.
Go crazy.
Yo, that soundtrack is ham.
I think that soundtrack, like vinyl, is still crazy money right now.
Bro, I believe it.
Yeah.
I've been in the lab trying to replicate what he does.
Dude, yeah, he's a genius, bro.
Amazing.
Yeah, he's a fucking
genius. Too.
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh hell yeah.
But monumental.
That's a good one. That's usually when I get this. Sometimes somebody will throw a gem in there when we do the interviews, but that's a good one.
Yeah, bro. That's Nujabes and Premiere for me, bro.
Yo, I'm surprised no one ever like flipped that soundtrack.
The Samurai Champloo?
Yeah.
You said too much. I'm next.
Because you got to remember, a lot of people aren't up on anime. And if they are, they're up on like the common anime, like Dragon Ball Z and shit. So.
Yeah, download it like week.
Yo, anime be having some fire beats. Like, you ever watch the anime called Gangsta? Oh man, that beat.
I saw the previews of that, and I think I started watching it. I didn't finish it.
Oh, fire! That's fire, bro. Yeah, a lot. Even like when the ones that actually realized it, like when they did like the Afro Samurai, those flips were wild, bro.
Crazy.
You gotta remember, Afro Samurai was RZA.
Yeah, it was. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they were wild. They were super fire. Like, but RZA was flipping classic. You know what I'm saying? Like anime type stuff for that. So like that's what you can get out of it, and that soundtrack was wild.
A lot of people don't even say RZA when we ask them about their producers and stuff.
I feel like people have a chip on their shoulder because he does like the movies and stuff more now.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah, so they kind of put it in like he's a movie guy now. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, he was true. Yeah. Like he changed music like with his production. So.
Yeah, you say that too.
Yeah, you can give
it. Bro. I can't stop with that.
Shit's fire.
For later.
See now y'all got me fucked up. I'm gonna be listening to anime. I'm gonna be in here till 2 a.m. listening to anime soundtracks with my plugins loaded, with my fucking my damn sampler running, bro. God damn, you don't fuck me up.
I hear a bunch of kicks and hits. Man, where'd you get this from?
Angie she gonna come to the door like, what you doing in there? I'm gonna have a kimono on and shit. The wooden slippers.
Samurai blade.
Fact, man.
Yo, you gonna be the next Lupe, man. You gonna be on scene with a freaking samurai sword in the back.
Fact.
Look at you when you tell him to leave his sandals outside. Go shoot in the house.
Oh man, that's crazy, man. Yeah, I'm gonna be thinking about that. Yo, I'm upset. You mentioned Lupe. I'm upset Lupe didn't do that yet because he's a big anime dude. He's big in the street fight world. How come he never did that?
Point. He's slacking now.
I'm about to tweet his ass. I'm about to get at him right now.
That should have been one of Lupe's things from the jump.
From the jump, bro. You got a project called Tetsuo and Youth, bro. You're not flipping no anime soundtracks. What are you doing?
Yeah, that's a problem.
Lupe should have started the Street Fighter sound effects before anybody. He should have had the perfect and all that stuff for his shit.
That's a fact, man. That's a fact. I got some words for Lupe. He over here talking about this whole Eminem Joe Budden. It's like, don't worry about them, bro. You need to get on your fucking anime soundtrack tip for your fans. Nah, man. But yo, man, we pretty much at the hour mark, man. Yo, we appreciate you chopping it up with us, man. You got anything you want to plug for everybody that's listening? Or that when they listen in, obviously.
Just check me out on Instagram at I Must Be Light. IMUST, the letter B, and light spelled regularly. I'll be putting out a whole bunch of music. Check out my Champion album on Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal. If you could type it in and search it, you'll find it. And look out for some new stuff from me, bro. I always feel to reach out. I always encourage fans to reach out and shoot me a message on Messenger because I always respond. You know, I might get to you 2 or 3 days later after everything floods my inbox, but I always respond. Check out my Facebook page, facebook.com/IMustBeLight. You'll see a whole bunch of stuff there, and I'll definitely keep y'all in the loop. Shout out for Not Your Manz for interviewing me and keeping a lookout and being on my team. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no doubt, man. We appreciate you, man. We definitely want you to win, you know what I'm saying? But yo,
I'm B Light, young Arthur, young King Arthur. Came with Excalibur, this departure, flesh and half, then you'll bleed a Red Sea. So call me Moses from the bars that you Red Sea. I wrote my lyrics on parchments from scrolls from the Dead Sea. You just Dead Sea, this a dead beat, you know. Kinda like my father, I go further, I go farther. This is murder, this is slaughter, this is nurture. I'm a martyr, put my life down for this hip-hop game. Only way I stop if I get ripped off stage, cause I deserve this shit. If you don't know what my purpose is, it's to give you life, but for that I gotta murder this. Cause I give you life, I give you non-stop bars. Try to bar me non-stop like I won't reach 2 stars. See, I emanate the light of at least 2 stars. See, I'm torn like broken loose leaf. I'm Bruce Lee's God. The way I'm chopping up the words on the page. When I get off the stage, they'll have to relocate Rikers to this place, cause it's a prison now with all the bars I'm giving out. I heard if you wanna rain, you gotta live in clouds. But even if it rains, that's what you need to bloom the seed. I'll never see defeat like a baby born as an amputee. Seems to me that I got these cancer genes. I plan to metastasize my lyrics all through humanity. I'm a stage 4. What am I on this stage for? Came with 300 bars like Spartans ready to wage war. Is there Valhalla for warrior MCs? Cause after this, they'll never remember me.